The level of tyranny that the people around the world are facing is at an all-time high, and in this video I'm going to make an important documentation of all the personal freedoms and liberties that people are losing, but also how it's a complete and utter scam. Right now there's major protests happening in Paris, protesting the global climate meeting that's happening right now, and these protests are illegal due to new emergency laws that the French government has passed and extended illegally for the next 3 months. On the books, these laws are supposed to be only available for 12 days, but they have expanded it for 3 months, and they're using it to make protesting illegal. And as we're seeing, over 200 people right now have been arrested for daring to raise their voice and protest in Paris. There's also new pre-crime laws in France that have arrested 24 climate activists and placed them under house arrest. These activists have not committed any crime except trying to organize a rally, and with these organizers gone, the people are still going to be there, and it's going to be a lot harder to keep the peace without someone there organizing this event, creating more chaos out of this whole situation. We're also seeing these new laws help the police search people and houses without a warrant, and right now they're using the just very vague term conspiratorial activity as a justification to go into and violate anyone's personal freedoms, and they're using it right now against drug possession. After the Paris attacks, the major term that they were using was any terroristic or any extremist activity would be used as a justification, but right now we're seeing this being used against normal people, human beings, protesters, and people who want to get freaking high. People who want to personally do something to their own human body. But the state is using all these laws as a way to totally get full control and dominance and to scare the crap out of everyone and make sure no one will dare raise a voice against their power and authority. In New York City, the NYPD, with the help of City Hall and the Department of Homeland Security, launched a new police division. And this new police division is specifically made to fight terrorism and to assist protesters. Okay, this is a very dangerous equation because we have over 500 specifically trained officers right now that are meant to combat terrorism, who are also, their second duty will be to walk around and to be there when protests happening in New York City. Again, they're pretty much saying here in New York City, if you're a protester, you're a terrorist. That's exactly what they're equating to when they have these counterterrorism officers at every single protest that happens here in New York City. Now, some people say, no, we need to lose some freedoms. We need to make sure we're safe, right? No, that's all a huge scam and lie. Just look at the TSA. They have not caught one single terrorist, and over 400 TSA officers have been caught stealing from passengers. And these are the only numbers of people who have been caught red-handed. There's a lot more. And again, they haven't caught any freaking terrorists. If you look at what's happening here in the United States, American cops now steal more property than all U.S. burglars combined. That means that law enforcement in America has stolen $600 million more from its own people than actual criminals. They're using all this power, all these laws as a justification to abuse them, because that's what you do. That's what normally any state and government does when you give them just a little bit of leeway, any bit of authority, no accountability, and they will abuse their power as we're seeing now. To make the matters worse, there's a horrible story coming out of the United Kingdom of an activist who found out that her boyfriend for 6 years was actually an undercover cop spying on her and her friends. The amount of insanity that the state will go through to make anyone's life miserable who wants to speak out against them is insane. You have to read this story by Alternate. This lady came out and gave a full story of how 6 years of her life was ruined by the state for simply trying to make the world a better place. Now, where do all these problems come from? Why do we have all this terrorism? Well, let's look at this New York Times article from August 28, 2011. It says U.S. tactics in Libya may be a model for other efforts. Now, the U.S. tactic was supporting rebels on the ground and helping to overthrow Gaddafi in Libya by bombing their country. Now, the United States and mainstream media cheered on this effort. But let's look at a New York Times article in 2015. ISIS. Its grip on Libyan city gives it a fallback option. ISIS has gained complete control because of direct geopolitical decisions made by the United States. We are not only creating a vacuum for this problem, but we are also financing and supporting it directly. After the horrible shooting in Colorado, Barack Obama, our president, had the gall to say that we need to do something to make it harder for criminals to get guns after a shooting in Colorado that killed 3 people and injured 9. Obama is on the national stage, on mainstream media, telling the American people he wants peace. He wants to make sure there's no more gun violence. We have to take care of the kids and make sure no one gets hurt. Meanwhile, after making that statement, a couple minutes, he sits down in his office and signs the NDAA defense bill authorization, giving $500 million in aid. Aid, keyword aid, is weapons, grenades, rockets, machines of death to, quote, al-Nusra in Syria, ISIS in Syria, rebels to go after Bashar al-Assad, making the situation completely out of hand, chaotic, supporting the very people that we are supposed to be fighting, creating this problem, reaction, solution scenario, only making things worse. He sits there to the American public, lies to your face, tells you he cares about human life, and then a few minutes later he sells and gives $500 million of your money for more weapons, more chaos, more murder, more rape, more horrible human atrocities in Syria, financed by you. Now, of course, Hillary Clinton was also a major proponent of the overthrow in Libya. In the recent presidential debate, she said she was proud of what she did. I asked her cohort, her own person, why she supported Hillary Clinton's support of ISIS. Why is she doing that? And she even admitted, yeah, that was a horrible decision. I went up to Hillary Clinton's face and I said, why are you supporting ISIS in Libya and Syria? And she laughed in my face. Yes, her breath did stink. We are there putting our necks out to get the truth out there for you, facing all these consequences. And now they're even having the goal to say that we need to spy on more Americans. Well, we interviewed NSA whistleblower Russell Tice, William Binney, Thomas Drake on the issue, and they have whistleblowed. They have been inside the corrosive NSA system, and they have even told everyone specifically, even in our videos, the NSA does not care about fighting terrorism. They want to have the total God power to know everything about everyone. They are not using specific targeting against terrorists. They want to do bulk collection that they can't even sift through in order to have God-like powers over everyone to know what everyone is doing at every single moment in time. They're not even interested in the terrorists. This is what whistleblowers within our very own government, who are a part of the spying program, have told the American people. And yet, our government, the mainstream media, still has the goal to tell us that we need more bulk spying on everyone else, not targeted spying that goes after specific terrorist individuals that they finance, that they give money to, that they help create a vacuum to in Syria, in Iraq, in Libya. This is an utter and total scam. Paris. The French government knew that these attacks were going to happen. We did a specific video detailing this, but the French spying apparatus is just as big as the American spying apparatus, and they're also doing bulk data collection, but they're not doing specific data collection going after these terrorists, obviously, because they need them to happen. And what happened in the wake of these terrorist attacks? Our website, wearechange.org, according to 30 verified people that I personally talked to, has been banned in Paris. Yes, our website that has been documenting all of this problem, reaction, solution, all of these problems that are instigated by the state, used as a justification to get rid of you and your voice and your freedom, we have been shut down and banned in France. Now, I'm getting 2 other reports from other people that I have not verified yet that our website is up. Maybe the French government decided to allow our website to be up there, but you will let me know in the comment section below if our website is still banned in France. Please let me know that. But if you take away anything from this video, it's that fear is a liar. The only way you are free is if you believe you are free and if you don't fall into the trap of fear, because you are only as free as you want to be. The time is now to speak up and be vigilant, because down this slippery slope, it's a very dangerous road where we may no longer have the right to voice our opinions, to even say that the state is wrong. We're seeing it instigated in France. You can't protest, you can't organize, you will be arrested, you are a thought criminal, you are protesting, you are a terrorist inside the United States. We are seeing this unfold in front of us, and the only way to stop it is to be smart, is to be vigilant, is to be outspoken, and not let the fear destroy you. The time is now, because soon we may not have time at all to speak out at all. Now, we are here for you, supported fully by you and you only. We just started a Patreon page because it is extremely difficult for me to do everything on my own, and I could definitely use another person that I could hire to help me, so we could do more work, so we could create more information, so we could get more sources on the ground, so we could stick out our necks more for you like we have been throughout the years. And we could only do that with you and your support. The governments are shutting us down. They're trying to quiet us. The corporations have millions of dollars of budgets who are spewing out propaganda to you. We are giving you real information, sourced and documented, that you could verify in the description below. And the only way we could keep going is with your support. With you, we could destroy the mainstream media. But ultimately, we will. It's only a matter of time. Share this video, especially with individuals who believe that they should relinquish their freedom in order for some security. There's many of them out there in the public. If you know someone like that, share them this video. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going to have a lot more important content coming here your way on youtube.com/we are change.